Good morning, everyone. I'm back. It's been a while, hasn't it? The last few months have been kind of heavy. It's been really crazy, like with finals and stuff, but it feels really good to be back in front of the microphone talking. So today we're just going to be talking about, what's this game called? Endless Ocean Luminous. This is a Switch game that came out in May, I believe, and I've been playing it, and I'm just going to give some of my impressions today. Luminous is, of course, a new entry in the Endless Ocean series, which is a series I've actually never heard of before this game. Nintendo was marketing this game like crazy. I was seeing ads for it all the time, and that's honestly why I ended up getting it, because it looked interesting, and Nintendo seemed to be pushing it, so figured I'd try it. So it's immediately obvious that this is very much a cozy game, you know the ones like, it's very slow, very relaxing, very low energy kind of stuff. Think Stardew Valley, right? These games like kind of just place you in a sandboxy kind of world. There's Animal Crossing. You know, you're not super focused on some specific goal. There's not a ton of story. It's just kind of supposed to be relaxing. And personally, I am not usually into these kinds of games. I just don't get into them. Call me impatient or whatever all you want, but I just find it so hard to get into these games. I'm really not sure why. Okay, well, sorry, other than Minecraft. That's kind of a weird exception to the rule. Other than Minecraft, I always kind of feel like I'm gonna love a cozy game, and then I start playing, and I'm just bored in 15 minutes. Like with Stardew Valley, I got it as a gift from a friend, and I think it's a cool game. I like the music, I like the art style and all that. I just couldn't get into it. Then with Animal Crossing games, I like Animal Crossing. You know, I love the music and the characters and stuff. Actually playing the games, I get bored. I don't know how else to put it. I don't ever get into the formula. The positive feedback loop doesn't work for me. Now, with that being said, with Endless Ocean Luminous, I am surprised by the fact that I am actually enjoying it. This happens to be a cozy game that I am kind of getting into. If there's one thing that really stands out about the game, it's just the simple gameplay concept, right? You swim around this ocean, scanning a bunch of fish. You're exploring. It's kind of an exploration collectathon kind of thing, and I think that's kind of the main reason that I've kind of gotten into this game. And in Endless Ocean, going around in this game and just like finding all the fish and all these sea creatures, it's really cool, and it's super interesting to get all the information about them. It's like, of course, it's not action-packed or anything really, it's kind of like watching a documentary or like some virtual safari or something, you know? I really love the exploration aspect. I love that there's so much area you can cover, and there's just always these different creatures you can find. None of the creatures really do that much, but it's just kind of fun to look at them. It's kind of fun to learn about them. And then atmospherically speaking, I think the game is really cool. I love the deep blue colors everywhere. It's the ocean, you know. There's blue all over the place, and it's just it's very easy on the eyes. You just get lost in this world with all these cool colors, the soothing piano music. It's extremely relaxing. And then all the reading and stuff. This is the kind of game that I've been playing before I go to sleep, actually, because it's so relaxing. But on the topic of audio stuff, I'm not a huge fan of some of the audio design. Outside of atmospheric stuff, sound design is just like the voice for the computer AI thing and the sound effect that plays when you scan a creature. I don't love how mechanical and robotic a lot of it sounds. If they wanted to really lean into the whole super chill aesthetic kind of thing, they could have done better in the audio department with that kind of stuff. It's just kind of jarring when you hear all these beeping sounds and the computer doing this robotic voice. It kind of takes me out sometimes. But overall, it's pretty easy to ignore, and it's not at all something that hurts the experience too much. To my surprise, it actually runs at a pretty consistently good frame rate and resolution. I was expecting with all the fish swimming around it would have some performance issues, but no, I don't think I've experienced any lags or drops in performance. There's also customization, if that's something you're into. And there's a good amount of options. You have all these colors and stickers and emotes you can unlock, and honestly, I think most of the other colors are a little tacky, so I'll just be sticking with blue. I think the main mode of the game is supposed to be the online mode, where you can kind of see other people swimming around with you and scanning fish. It's kind of cool, you know, it's a social kind of thing. It's fun. Personally though, I'm perfectly happy just swimming around on my own and seeing all the stuff myself. The game, graphically speaking, is pretty good. It's got kind of that Pikmin 1 charm, you know, like where it's not graphically amazing or anything, but it's realistic enough in a way to where it's kind of cool. The game also has a story mode, which didn't really impress me. Okay, so first off, it's broken up into chapters, which I thought was really weird. Like, you play for 5 minutes, and then it just kicks you out of the chapter, and you have to select the next one. And it does that all the time, and it really breaks up the flow of the gameplay. And the story mode itself really is just like kind of a bad visual novel with integrated exploration and exposition. None of the characters are super interesting or anything. It's not particularly charming or fun. And the AI voice, honestly, it kind of started to get on my nerves. I don't like how robotic it sounds. Oh, and after I finished chapter 5, I found that I had to scan 500 sea creatures to continue on to the next chapter. That really knocked my confidence. I didn't really want to play much of the story mode after that. I guess it kind of makes sense. They really want you going on your own dives and exploring the other modes that the game has. It's just, I don't know, I don't really feel like sitting down and scanning 500 fish in this game. Some of the collision is kind of weird, the controls take some time to get used to, but overall it's not that difficult to handle. But I don't want it to sound like I have nothing but critiques for the game, because honestly, everything would be way, way worse if it wasn't for the fact that the core gameplay is just so satisfying. It's just nice and soothing to explore this relaxing ocean and constantly finding all these new creatures. It's definitely not for everyone. It's very slow, very lo-fi, and while that isn't something I'm often a huge fan of, I was surprised to find a pretty good amount of enjoyment in this game. I guess it's also worth noting that my little sister who loves marine life has been really enjoying this game. She likes learning about all the creatures and stuff, so that's cool. And aside from that, I think that's just about all I have to say about this game. Thank you all for watching, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to talk to you soon. Later.